Good morning. Today I read Ezekiel chapters 9 and 10. It was a very compelling vision he's having. And the very first part of it, chapter 9, he has a vision of 7 men, which I believe are angels, 6 of which have weapons to kill. God calls them, and then the 7th man has like a writing utensil, something to write with. And he's told to write on everyone's forehead who is not agreeing with the idolatry. He wants to spare those who are still being righteous, everyone who's grieved over the idolatry. So Jeremiah would have been here at this time. So Jeremiah would have been spared, and people like him. And then the other 6 men, they get to go out and just kill everyone who doesn't have that mark on them. And that's just God showing that he's going to have his justice, and he is saving the righteous. I think this is a very important part. And this vision foretells exactly what's going to happen through the Babylonian army. And then chapter 10, he has cherubims. From his first vision, they were in a circle of 4, and they would move much like a tank, kind of. They wouldn't have to turn; they just go up and down, left and right, and they're given fire, and they spread fire, hot coals throughout Jerusalem, and that foretells the destruction of Jerusalem. And as bad as that is, the worst part is he sees God's presence leaving the temple. The temple is referred to in this chapter as the Lord's house. God leaves his house. He no longer dwells in Jerusalem at the end of this. And that is probably the biggest tragedy of all. Someone who had access to God in the temple, just no more access because God's gone. His glory leaves. Cherubim are always, connected with the presence of God, and they basically carry it away from Jerusalem. Jerusalem is no longer under God's glory. And I feel like connection with that today, I feel like our nation is being judged constantly. We've had riots and the pandemic and economic downfall and diseases. Today I woke up to fire down the road. There's a forest fire going on in Leesburg, and the entire town of Springfield is just covered in smoke. I can't breathe. My eyes are burning. So much like Jerusalem that had that coal spread over them, there's fire going through the nation now too. A lot of California is up in flames. Just forest fires. So I feel a connection to this chapter today. It's very significant. I do feel like our nation is being judged, and the glory of the Lord is leaving us, because nobody will stand up against idolatry, against the abominations of the Lord, lying and homosexuality and just sin. No one will stand up against the sin, and those who do are cut down. So I just want to keep trying to oppose it as much as I can, and at the very least keep it out of my house.